Welcome back, Soul Family. Welcome back to part 2 of Soul Awakening podcast series, Yin and Yang, the dance with duality. If you've been on this journey with us as far as season 1, you've already felt a shift. The invitation is to look back and within, feel that sacred or that spiritual balance moving through you, and let's proceed further. Let's widen our lens. We're going to explore how yin and yang are not just personal energy. They're also a part of the cosmic universe. They're part of the universal laws. They're part of life. They reflect and express through all of the universe. Everywhere, all at once, and not at all. Our spiritual principles that govern everything in this energy to manifest. Yin and yang are part of that. You're born into this duality with it. No more one than the other. You were born with it in balance. These laws are not rules made by man. They're truths. Ancient, consistent, and ever-present. They're part of us. They go where we go. They stay where we stay. They play where we play. So let's do a recap. So this is a 4-part series, and maybe more, where we get to explore it. Yin, Y-I-N, and Yang, Y-A-G-N. I mean, Y-A-N-G, man. I'm excited today. I gotta slow my roll. I gotta calm. They are energy seeking to serve, seeking to create. You can think of them like a cosmic dance, forever in harmony with creating life and movement and change.
Are some very important features which I think you should remember. Take a look. Obviously, yin and yang are opposite to each other.
Yin is the inside space of a cup. It wouldn't be a cup without it. Yang is the cup. The coffee's heat, however, is yang, and its blackness is yin.
Remember, balance is not a destination. It's a practice. A sacred dance you get to do every day, or as I call it, in every. Balance is not a destination. It's a gift. It's an energy that's given to you. Balance of yin and yang, or yin and yang. You were born with it. It was given to you. It's not a destination. It's just something you are becoming, something that you are doing, something that you are achieving for you. And when you achieve it for you, then it expands and it evolves outside of you and all around you. So let's start today by grounding again in what we've learned, right? Yin is the receptive, intuitive energy. It's also known as the feminine energy, the energy of stillness, awareness, and of mystery, the unknown. Yang, or yang, is the expressive, active energy. the energy of action, clarity, movement. You can't have one without the other, remember? You can't have shadow without light and light without shadow. Together, these simply represent duality. The mirror. Not as opposition, but as collaboration, as complementary forces. In every inhale, there is an exhale. In every sunrise, there is a sunset. We experience yin and yang, or yang, and they experience us. When you balance these energies within yourself, you come into alignment with life. Capital L, capital I, capital F, capital E. Life is action. Life is pause. So now here we are at episode 2. And in this first segment, we're going to talk about the universal law, the number one universal law that I found most important to me. It was deemed the most important as far as yin and yang was concerned, but actually I had to understand this one a little bit more because I didn't hear much about it. And what I did hear about it, it was a little bit here and a little bit there. The first law is law of polarity. We talked about that in my last episode of embodying the universal laws, embodying becoming, right? This law tells us that everything is dual. Everything has an opposite. This law kind of gives us the variables or the scale or even the polarity measurement that in its opposites there is a measurement. There is a variable of light. There's a variable of shadow or dark. They're on the same vibrational kaleidoscope. Just in varying degrees. If you look in and you have a kaleidoscope and you see all these different colors, all the colors may come from one main color, but there's so many variations of the colors that it's like when you're a kid, you go, ooh, right? Everything has its opposites, and these opposites are identical in nature, but to different varying degrees. In order to have light, you will have dark or a variation of dark, depending on the human experience. One person's dark is not another person's dark. One person's light is not another person's light. There are varying degrees. There are degrees of love and degrees of fear. You can't have love without some type of fear. You learn about love through fear and fear through love. You love someone so much that you fear if you're going to lose them. There can't be confidence without insecurity. Doesn't mean you have to be insecure all the time. You have to find the balance. But they're all on the same spectrum. Instead of calling it a kaleidoscope, let's call it a spectrum. Yin and yang embody this law of polarity, yin is the pole that embodies the quiet, the soft, the internal. Yang is the other side of that pole, loud, bold, external. One can't be without the other. They coexist. Not one being better than the other or higher than the other, but they collaborate with each other. Now, us as human beings can make them higher or better because that's our perception. That's our imbalance. And the divine is going to say, it's okay if you want to be imbalanced, Sandra, Sandy, because I'm seeing and feeling you that way. But that same mirror is going to come back around, called your karmic mirror, until I activate something different that I want more than being imbalanced. I have to become aware of where I want to hold my balance. I have to decide or become more aware of when I'm imbalanced in my yin or my yin or my yang. Other people can see it, and they might verbally try to tell you that, or they might pull a card for you that tells you that. But until you actually become aware of it and decide that what you're feeling in the imbalance is no longer for your highest and greatest good, you're not going to move from that. It's about you. Life is aware of you and waiting for you to be aware of that, to be number one, aware that you are life. You're not outside of life. You're not waiting for life to get better. You are life. Right? One cannot be without or cannot exist without the other. Without shadow, you can't recognize light. Once again, without rest, you can't acknowledge that you need movement. Without movement, you can't acknowledge that you need to rest. It's the law of polarity. They both exist. So let's talk about embodying the law of polarity. When you are in difficult moments, you've heard people tell you, try not to resist or don't resist. They're adamant about that. How about maybe just understanding that it's one end of a pole? That what you're in right now at that moment, there's another variation in the spectrum that could be different for you. That comes with transformation. That comes with movement. Sometimes it's moving forward in your consciousness that the situation that you're in has has information for you to grow or to expand or to recoil. Recoil doesn't mean run from, it just means recoil, step back from it and take a better look at it. What's it calling you to do? Is it calling you to rest? Is it calling you to listen? In order to listen, you have to pause. Or if you've been paused too long, maybe it's causing you to be aware that there's some action that you need to take. You get to ask yourself, and in finding out more about this and teaching myself, I got to start asking myself this question: what is the opposite energy in this experience? I've had some experiences with other people close to me that I'm trying to figure out how to unconditionally love them while not liking the shit that they're doing to me. But I had to find out the pause in my egoic system, because my egoic system was going right, a mile a minute. That it's okay to pause my ego and take a step back and say, and ask myself, on what placement on that spectrum am I at? And is there something that this is trying to teach me or take me to? Or I get to ask another question: am I being called into more of my yin? I'm not far enough in. Or my yang, I'm not far enough in that. Where do I need to find balance? Think about it. This creates empowerment, not avoidance, within you. I use myself as an example. I began to avoid just having conversations. Even saying hello or good morning was uncomfortable for me, but it shouldn't be. Because it should be a good morning for everybody involved because of unconditional love. So I have to find out what vibrational stance or polarity, what polarity, like a tree, what branch am I on? This helps me, empower me to either take a moment to recoil or take a moment to move. Right? So let's talk about universal law number 2, everybody's favorite, the law of rhythm. Right? We talked about this before in my other series. This law says everything flows in and everything flows out. Everything has tides and everything rises and falls. Even the government will rise and fall. To get where we are today, many governments had to rise and fall. Everything rises and falls. This is the pulse and the heartbeat of the universe, the cosmic energy. The yin and the yang is the heartbeat. Have you ever tried to push when you needed to pause and the push got difficult? You know what it feels like to resist the rhythm. All of us have had that. That which you resist will persist, and it could grow in its variances. It could grow harder. It could get bigger. It could look bigger. Sometimes you're pushing so hard that you get burned out. Burnout is a result of ignoring your yin. Ignoring your body telling you, take a pause. I need you to pause. Stagnation is often a result of ignoring your yang. or your yang. Putting things off because you think that you're not creative enough. Pushing things to the back burner. Been there, done that. Now I've got my book finished. I put my book on the back burner. That book that the divine has wanted me to write since I started Instagram, I put it on the back burner because I measured myself by other artists that were writing and getting their books done. Welcome in, Katrina. I hope your day is beautiful as well. Everything flows in. Everything has a tide. Everything rises and falls. There's always a yin season, and there's always a yang season. A yin season can look like life slowing down, giving you time to reflect, rest, receive, go inward. A yang season can look like taking action, moving forward, expressing, being a leader, or calling, adhering to a call. We're going to take a moment because we have a clip. And when I mean we, Sacred Light Production that produces Soul Awakening podcasts. Let's thank him very much for the clip.
Shiva Shakti, Yin Yang, and particle duality are three different philosophical and scientific concepts that share some common themes of balance and duality. The concept of yin and yang, originating from ancient Chinese philosophy, and the concept of Shiva and Shakti, originating from Hindu philosophy, are both fundamentally centered around the idea of duality. The concept of Shiva Shakti refers to the harmony of male and female forces in the universe. Shiva represents the male energy or consciousness in Hindu mythology, while Shakti stands for the female energy or power. These two forces work in tandem to bring harmony and balance to the universe. The yin-yang sign from Chinese philosophy, which symbolizes the balance between two complementary and interdependent forces, such as light and dark, hot and cold, or male and female, also reflects this idea of harmony between opposite forces. Similar to this, the scientific principle of particle duality in quantum mechanics asserts that, depending on how they are perceived, particles can exhibit both wave-like and particle-like features. This duality represents the balance between two seemingly incompatible and complementary aspects of the same reality. Just as Shiva and Shakti represent the balance between opposite forces, particle duality represents the balance between the wave-like and particle-like properties of particles. One of the most prominent similarities between yin and yang and Shiva and Shakti is their representation as complementary forces. Yang is viewed as the masculine, active, and creative aspect of existence, whereas yin is viewed as the feminine, passive, and receptive aspect in Chinese philosophy. Similarly, in Hindu philosophy, Shiva represents the masculine, passive aspect of the universe, while Shakti represents the feminine, active aspect. It is believed that these two forces interact to bring about stability and equilibrium in the planet. Shiva and Shakti and yin and yang also play similar roles in the natural world. According to Chinese philosophy, the world's ability to function depends on the balance between yin and yang. Both forces have the potential to disturb the balance of the cosmos, if one of them becomes overly powerful. The Hindu notion of the harmony between Shiva and Shakti is comparable to this one. In order to build a peaceful and stable world, the two forces are said to cooperate, but, If either force takes a dominant position, imbalance and disorder may result. In conclusion, Shiva Shakti, yin-yang, and particle duality are all concepts that emphasize the importance of balance and duality in the universe. Whether in Hindu philosophy, Chinese philosophy, or quantum mechanics, these concepts remind us that the world is not made up of separate and isolated parts, but is instead a complex and interconnected web of opposing and complementary forces that work together to create balance and harmony.
Balance and harmony. You can make them your daily practice if you so choose. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You can start by asking, am I in my yin rhythm? Or am I in my yang rhythm right now? You become aware. The moment you ask yourself, am I aware if I'm in my yin? Am I aware if I'm more in my yang? Awareness says, all right, let's see. Remember, it opens up your roadmap to where you want to go based on where you are now. Karma and dharma work in tandem with yin and yang. We talked about karma last segment, or not segment, but last series. Right? Your karmic mirror keeps showing up, showing you where you're at. And you get to become aware of what you want to do next. You decide whether you're in too much yin or too much yang or yang, based on your karmic mirror, based on it dropping and showing you this is where you're at. This is what keeps showing up. This is the situation that keeps showing up. Maybe shows up with a different person, but it keeps showing up. And most people will go, why me? But if you go, well, what is this trying to show me? The moment you ask that question, your roadmap opens up and says, okay, where do you want to go to know that? Right? You get to also ask, what would alignment look like for me today? What would it look like for me today? You get to open up the infinite possibilities of what being in alignment in your yin, or being in alignment in your yang, or being in alignment in both. And when you ask these questions, allow your body and your soul to answer, and not your egoic mind, and not the clock. I'm not going to say that's easy. I started actually doing this, and it's a vibration that I have to keep bringing myself back to, because it has to become something that is practice for me in my everyday living. Because I'm life, I have to retrain it. I have to retrain myself. And I have to bring my ego along with me. I don't pretend that my ego doesn't exist. My ego exists. It's kept me alive to this point where now I can become aware and retrain it. Not just with my yin and yang, but with my dharma and karma, with every universal law that is being presented to me for creation, right? So let's get to the universal third law. Now this one, I thought that this one was made up. I thought that this one was just in the book because they made it up. It's called the law of gender. And I'm going, the law of gender, when you're trying to explain to me that the yin and yang isn't about physical he and a physical she. It's not about the penis and it's not about the vagina. But now you're going to bring gender into it. But I had to dig deep. This law is often misunderstood. It's not about biological sex. Though as human beings, man, it's where we want to go with it. Right? It's about the masculine and feminine principles that all things exist in. Energy. Everything contains both yin and yang, or yin and yang, however you choose to pronounce it. And if it makes you feel good or better, that is called masculine and feminine energy. But what I found out with the divine when I was in meditation, the divine told me, don't get it twisted. Yin and yang, this is where true creation comes from, because of the union and the balance of this energy. It's not about vagina and penis, though that's what it takes to make a baby. But that's not the only creation there is. Yin and yang express this fully. Yin receives, nourishes, and holds space. Yang, or yang, acts, protects, penetrates space with intention. But don't get it twisted. Yin intends to receive. Yin intends to nourish. Yin intends to hold space. It intends to receive the energy into the space. Just as yang or yang acts, protects, penetrates with intention. Like the video just said, if one gets out of balance more than the other, and look at what we've got now with the world being the way the world is, one in more dominance than the other. Okay? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is what the divine, how the divine taught me. But maybe it might just be totally for me to understand it in just this manner. True spiritual power comes from when energies are merged. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. True spiritual power comes from when these energy are merged, when they are collaborating with each other, not when one dominates the other. In ancient wisdom tradition, divine feminine and divine masculine are I'm so excited, are considered sacred or divine partners, not competitors. Want an embodiment tip? If you're always giving, achieving, doing, if you're always in your yang, You may feel disconnected. You may feel tired. You may feel overwhelmed, and you may feel used. And you might call that, oh, I'm a people pleaser. If you're always waiting, unsure, overthinking, you may be in your yin. You may be so far and deep in your yin that you feel lost and stagnant. Has nothing to do with you being a woman or you being a man or you having a vagina or a penis. Though those can be an area where you are feeling more in one than the other. We're not going to say that sex is not a deep part of a situation or circumstance for people that exist. Doesn't mean you need to become more masculine or feminine. You just need to rebalance. The possibility is to ask yourself, what's missing from my energetic expression today? I'm aware that something's missing from my energetic expression today. What is it? Or you can ask, where am I out of harmony with myself? Because myself is life. Where am I out of harmony with life? I'm life. Where am I out of harmony with myself? Right now, we're going to share some sacred, I want to share with you. Whew, I need to come down a minute. Sacred wellness, right? I want to share with you what Marcus does for this production. I remember when he offered to produce Soul Awakening podcast for me. Sacred Light production. I want to thank him. So far, it's been so beautifully produced. I want you to see some of the other production that he does. So let's take a moment before we talk about the next segment, segment 5.
Are you ready for episode 3 of the House Mama Show, the Unity and Community podcast? Hosted by Sharon Scott, we'll be joined by one of her divine sisters that significantly has impacted her life, Leah Martinelli. Born in Colombia, adopted at the age of 4 by a single Italian-American mother, overcoming abuse and trauma, healing and growing, traveling to extraordinary places overseas like Amsterdam and Rome. We'll be deep diving and exploring the one-of-a-kind life of Leah Martinelli, traveling, healing, and spirituality. Tap in and tune in on the YouTube channel, House Mama Show, Unity and Community podcast for fresh new episodes, as well as previous episodes. Feel free to comment, reach out if you'd like to be a guest. Enjoy this episode coming up next Wednesday on the 29th at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Check her out on Wednesdays. Let's give Marcus a thanks for this wonderful production. So let's move on to segment 5. Real life integration. We're body, we're mind, and we're soul. Depending on the individual, we stay in body and mind for quite some time before we tune in and tap in to our higher being, saying, I'm here, before we have an awakening, quote unquote, or a recalling, quote unquote. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right? Real life integration means that you utilize the energy that you bring in with you. You don't have to go search for it, though you've been told that you do. You have to search outside in the world. You have to grind. You have to push. You have to grab for what you want. But you came in with everything. Yin, yang, karma, dharma. You came in with everything that you've ever needed to be this triune, which I call it. You'll find out if you watch any one of my videos or go back and look at my video lives. I use triune being a lot. You're not just body. You're not just mind. You're not just soul. Sometimes we like to spiritual bypass, and I've been there, done that. I'm not going to say that I didn't even do that. I thought when I had my last awakening, I thought that there was nothing that could ever happen to me. Everything, life was going to be good, hunky dory. It was going to be, cotton candy. Whoa. Did I get a shock? Because I was still living life. Growth and expansion was still occurring. Real life integration was still happening. So let me say in one term or another, let's bring it all down to earth. Let's bring it from heaven and let it be so on earth. Or from the realm of absolute into the dance with duality. However you want to say it. You get to embody the law of polarity. How do you do that? You embody the law of polarity when you recognize that shadow or your dark night of the soul can be your teacher. And it's not your enemy. By asking, what is this teaching me now? Exactly. Most of us don't know that we don't have to grind and grab, that we can flow and ebb, or ebb and flow. But that's part of growth and expansion. You embody the law of rhythm when you honor your body's natural cycles and not society's deadlines. I'm not saying that society doesn't exist and that you have to pretend that they don't exist. Of course they exist, but you get to decide what ebbs and flows for you. And if it's not for your highest and greatest good, why are you in it? Or why are you allowing it to flow that way? The law of rhythm says everything moves. Where are you at? In the movement. You embody the law of gender when you lead from both wisdom and intuition, when you lead from both strength and stillness. This is how you bring ancient wisdom into modern living. Doesn't mean you have to move backwards. It doesn't mean that you have to go back to a simpler time. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's about growth and expansion. It's about play. Once upon a time, somebody decided how big their playground was going to be, and there were no other areas to play in until someone had to say, I don't want to play here anymore. I think even though there's nothing over there, I'm going to go create something. Do you see what I mean? Even though there's this great big playground here and nobody's thriving, there has to be one person that says, I'm going to go play over here, even if that means I have to play by myself. I'm willing to be in my yin, and I'm willing to be in my yang, and I'm willing to be balanced. And if I have to be balanced by myself, that's okay. I'm willing to be balanced in the law of polarity. I'm willing to allow the shadow to teach me. I'm willing to be balanced in my law of wisdom. I'm willing to acknowledge that the natural cycles of my body are going to tell me when to rest or take a pause. I'm willing to be in the law of gender, right? And acknowledge that I can be wise and intuitive, that I can be strong and soft at the same time. And it's not about being a man or being a woman. It's just about being, capital BEING. At this end of this episode, I would hope that you begin to journal when you're in your yin and when you're in your yang. Journal or voice memo it. Right? Grace says, that's me. I would rather create my own and be balanced than to sit in chaos with others. But if you're sitting in chaos with others, you get to say, where is this taking me? What is this trying to show me? Because then it helps you move to where you need to create, or what it's going to take for you to create. Right? At the end of this episode, I hope that you would be able to feel where you're more out of balance, where you're in too much yin or you're in too much yang. You have to be able to feel this. You can always contact me at my YouTube or my Instagram or my TikTok. And we can always talk about it. I'll take out the time. I'll hold space for you. But know that I can't make the decision for you. You get to ask yourself, what would it look like to take one aligned step into harmony today? What does that look like for me? Exactly. Sitting in chaos with others gives you the opportunity to learn. Become an active listener, and it will teach you the things that you don't want. Exactly, Grace. Exactly. It will teach you what you don't want. How can you know what you want if you don't know what you don't want? Right? Life is being. It's being through you, through me. It's being the vibration of everything that is what's flowing through you. Life isn't doing anything to us. It's becoming because of us. Because of our karma, because of our dharma, because of our yin, because of our yang. Because we are accessible to the cosmic vibration and quantum energy. Because of what we don't know and what we're yet to know. So as we begin to close today, right, I want to thank you for being here. These are laws that are not abstract. They're not abstract. They're just not. They're living universal and cosmic laws. They're breathing structures of the universe. Let me say that again. They are breathing structures of the universe. As you breathe in and you breathe out, did you get that? You're the structure. They live inside you. Know this, that in the next episode, we'll go even deeper. We'll explore what it means to live in an embodied yin and yang in your daily practices, in your decisions, in your relationships. To embrace them not as theory, but as a way of capital B, capital E, capital I, capital N, capital G, being. Whoa, right? Whoa. Until then, trust the rhythm. Trust your duality. Remember, your soul is made of both the moon and the sun, yin and yang. Get ready for episode 3, where we're going to shift from philosophy and cosmic law into practical embodying spirituality. This is where you get to actively listen and empower yourself in how to live. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So at this moment, take a deep breath in. Relax out. Every breath that you take in is the universe breathing. Every breath that you release is the universe relaxing and moving. Become the being that you want life to be. Growth and expansion. Shifting. You came here to shift in duality. You came here to dance with duality. You came here to evolve. You came here to write as many stories as you want and have them on a bookcase. Volumes upon volumes upon volumes. You are the co-creator. Life is waiting for you to tell its story. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for opening yourself up to this vibrational energy. I close this energy session with 10845, 10845, 10845, so that you can take your energy and go create with it. Or could sit down and have a pause with it. Or move forward and be with it. Wholeness, balanced, unconditional love to you and yours. See you next Tuesday. Bye. Peace.